And one final thing, if you could put it like in probably 3 steps, I want to get to that next level of grasping, staying more into the vortex. What would you recommend? I feel that I'm ready to push myself, or maybe I'm not using the right words, but to go into that next level.
Everything that we're talking about here today is about that. Well-being is, unless you're doing something to keep it from being in this moment. That to the degree that you are allowing yourself to feel ease, to the degree that you are allowing yourself to acknowledge well-being, that well-being will demonstrate itself all around you. So if we were talking to most humans who haven't been listening to us at all, who just took us from someone else's point of view and accepted that we are in a position to know things about the well-being that you speak and about the well-being that you seek, without being willing to take the time to understand the vibrational platform, these are the things that we would say in terms of doing. This is what we would do if we were standing in your physical shoes. We would stop introducing ourselves to the problems of the world. We would stop looking for trouble. We would stop looking for trouble in order to justify solutions that we are trying to discover to fix the problems. We would stop watching that continuous spewing of cable news. We would stop warning our children about things. We would stop being guarded ourselves. We would no longer be problem-oriented. We would be solution-oriented. We would look for reasons to feel good instead of reasons to feel bad. We would no longer justify why we are where we are to anyone. We wouldn't attempt to explain anything to anyone. We would accept that everyone has their own unique point of view, and relationship between them and what they have become. And we would accept that there just aren't enough words in the world to make them understand completely what our point of view is. And so we wouldn't spend any time trying to convince them. It would no longer matter to us what anybody else thinks about our plan of action, because they aren't really going to understand it anyway. We would no longer put our nose in other people's business and try to control the things that they are doing. We would accept, and this is what we're leading up to. This is the new piece that we're leading up to, that we really want you to feel and practice. We would accept that attention to the conditions as they stand is the primary reason that we are disallowing ourselves alignment with who we really are, and so full access to that infinite intelligence. So we would make a decision to be more unconditional in the way that we are approaching life. So here it is. With all of that said, we would start right now to identify by the way we feel. And you have so many conscious resources to help you know this. We would be looking for the path of least resistance in everything that we are doing, because the path of least resistance is the path of most allowance of who we are. So what that means is we would no longer attempt the impossible, which is to carve out or apply or administer or dictate or control anyone else's path of least resistance. We would no longer make decisions based upon what's best for someone else. Every single time we would make decisions based upon one thing and one thing only. How does that affect my alignment?